Never mind, he knows that. So, you know, the experience. Craig talked about customer service. That's one of my absolute love of life, is customer service. Because you know what? In the first 10 years of my business, I was so flat out trying how to learn to do the service and cut hair, because at 21 I thought I knew everything and realised quite quickly I knew nothing. Then the next 10 years I worked out that it's all about the experience. It's the coffee. It's the hello Joanne, come through with me. Bugger the haircut and the colour. If it doesn't work, doesn't matter, they'll come back. But actually that didn't work either. It was the customer experience and the service. It's the result that you pay when you go to any business, is the loyalty that it brings back to you. And that's exactly what he's saying about consistently delivering. I hope that wasn't my sell on you, Anento. That's actually a Michael Gerber thing, isn't it? It's on the front of my policies and procedures manual, so we have read the same information as well. Very good. Great to know you're in a room full of great minds, isn't it? But consistently to deliver. McDonald's consistently delivers average food. So you're never going to get disappointed, are you? I consistently delivered average marks at school. So to me, I said to Mum, Mum, 5 out of 10 is pretty good. I knew I was going to get 5 out of 10, and that was my goal. So I didn't ever set my goals too high. And I consistently delivered. But the thing was meeting expectations. So there is a man called the Clean Plumber. And he was the clean plumber. He is the clean plumber in Sydney. I was thinking about another name for your accountancy, because you're not a typical accountant. I wrote the customer service accountant, because Craig's brand is that he doesn't wear a tie anymore, because I also love about branding. I thought branding was what you did to cattle for a long time, right? I thought market was where you went and bought your fruit and veggies for a long time. I was so smart in business, I really was. Then I started to realise that all the things I thought I was doing right had words attached to them, so I didn't get too attached to the branding and the marketing. But Craig's brand is that he doesn't wear a tie, so I then thought, you'll be the fun accountant. Because I would love to, you wait till I talk to mine. If I don't get a Tim Tam next time I go there, he's in trouble. Or you could be the accountants that don't wear ties. All right, so I've had my fun. Now for the serious bit. I don't actually get much more serious. I do. I think, I actually got a tear in my eye before, because I remember thinking when I went into business, well, I'm going to start now. I have notes, and I'm going to try and keep to my time. That's the reason I wrote the notes. I timed it with Jenny on the computer, read it word for word, pasted it out, and got it right. She said, you've got 15 seconds. So I just speed up at the end, okay? So I'm like one of those fast forwards, and I know you can listen quick. And I've actually edited my 52 slides, because I believe that a picture paints 1,000 words. And if I can talk 1,000 fast and you see 1,000, that's 52,000 words and then mine. Is that all right? Yeah, okay. So this is my opening. I believe success in our career is about doing what you love, for either yourself or working for someone else, and having reasonable amount of control over your future and where it's going to lead you. Now, let's face it. We are all making decisions and choices that can affect our future. So we have no one else to blame but ourselves. The last 25 years I have been working in the hairdressing industry in my own business. 5 years before that I worked for someone else. I built a business from a single operator, yes, as a sole trader, which I absolutely loved, from just Libby, because I was never going to employ anybody. Never listened to myself. To a multi-million-dollar turnover, great figure, right? What is it? Profit is what is sales of vanity? Profit is sanity. I have a profit, it's okay. And it's a global award-winning business, and I employ around 30 staff now and service over 500 clients a week in 3 totally different locations, now under the name of Just Liberated. How I can sum up about what my message was how to market yourself. Well, I actually changed that while I was sitting here. I hope that's okay. Because it's how to build relationships with your client, and the market will look after you. Because it's all about relationships. Every industry where you take money from a person, especially in small business, it's about relationships. And I'll just share my third philosophy in life, is in the absence of a plan, make it up. And use your next best thing, or which is your intuition. So that's sort of what I'm doing here now, because you've heard a lot of fabulous stuff tonight. And yes, I am a speaker now. I'm a keynote speaker and I speak on small business and various topics. So I'm just going to add value to what you've already got, which is unbelievably valuable. Do you agree? So I've had to make hundreds and thousands of choices along the way. Some of those have been extremely hard. Some have cost my business lots of money, cost me sleep, and also given me great personal growth along the way. Most of the time, I've realised that when I look back now, that there was no way out but through with some of those tough decisions. It brings me to where I am today, and my passion is inspiring and sharing my experiences with my audiences to realise that you never stop learning. I just learned so much in the last half an hour. We will make mistakes, but it's better to laugh, and this in turn can make you feel liberated, right? So you've got a choice. Now, I know what you might be saying is that you can't put a price on experience. Well, I only believe half of that, because although I have learned many lessons of what to do and what not to do through my experiences, I have had many people that I've gone to seminars, and I actually was a seminar junkie when I went into business. And as the saying goes, like, a wise man learns by his mistakes, but a wiser man learns by the mistakes of others. So I am very grateful to have been in the presence of people that have gone before me in different industries. Hardly any of them were hairdressers, and they might have even been the mountain climbers of Mount Everest. I thought, what's he going to teach me? I don't want to get up a mountain. And wow, did I learn about teamwork and resilience and persistence. See, I don't stick to my notes. So tonight I'm going to share with you 3 key ideas, which you've already heard a lot about what's helped me in my business life and my personal life, which has helped me to laugh, learn and liberate. So for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, right. So United Bookkeepers, can I just go down? Yep. I would like to introduce you to Just Libby, my first salon. 1984, I just left school, did my apprenticeship, thought I was pretty impressive. I thought, what am I going to do next? I was actually too scared to go and ask for another job. I'd gone away for 12 months on a holiday and came back and thought, I know what I'll do. Someone actually said to me, I think you'd be good in business. You're a hard worker. That's what it takes. I'll do it. So I went to the bank. They said, can't give you any money. You don't have a credit reference. So I went to the next bank, Mum and Dad. Said, will you be my credit reference? They said, yes. So they lent me $10,000 and Cindy Petite, the salon was called, and it lasted one day, and I thought it's not going to be called that. I walked in the front door, terrified as I opened the key, and went, it's just me! So it was Just Libby. You can tell it was 1984 because there's only 6 digits in the telephone number. And the other thing I loved was we realised, us women hairdressers, that if you put unisex on your window, the men would come in and they had hair and they had money, so, you know, that was great because sex sells, doesn't it? I had lace curtains, and the first day I remember cutting that up the middle, and I thought, wow, I'm in business. I was terrified. I had no business skills. I had no money. I had no staff, but I had no clients either. But what I did have was tons and tons of enthusiasm, tons of time, and an absolute desire to learn. I was very lucky that hairdressing was my passion, and the moment I did work experience, and I'll just take you to something really quickly. You know how sometimes you don't know what you're good at, but someone says you'd be good at that? Just remember that, because it's a common theme in my life. And my best friend that I used to walk to school, his sister was a hairdresser. And whilst I was waiting for my friend Lou to get ready for school, I'd be drying her sister's hair. Thank goodness to today that that girl was late for school nearly every day, because I learned how to do hairdressing to her sister's hair. Work experience cropped up. First year it ever came to Newcastle. I don't know if it's Australia, I always say Australia. And she said, what are you going to do for work experience? I said, well, Dad thinks I'm going into the DMR, to the office. And if I don't get a job there, I was working part-time at McDonald's. If you don't get a job there, you're coming into the office. I couldn't get any more work in work experience, so I wasn't allowed to do that, so I could get paid, because I just wanted to work and get money. Right? This is me at 15. So anyway, my girlfriend said, I think you'd be really good as a hairdresser. Why don't you come to our salon? Does anyone remember Philippe's? Yes. Yeah. Well, my boss was Philippe, but his name was really Philip Smythe. But anyway, that was where I did my work experience, and I was very grateful for that because it kicked me off into hairdressing, finished my apprenticeship, bought myself, thought I knew everything, no business skills. I had an ice cream container for a till. Gee, my bookkeeper loved me, and I had all the receipts. But you know what, I kept the books for the first possibly 4 years. because I needed to know every single thing about my business. I did commerce at high school, but I didn't really like it. But I knew how to do a profit and loss and a reconciliation statement because I had to do it because it was for me, it was for my business. I had control. Totally off notes.